guys, and welcome back to my channel. So if you didn't know, I am engaged. Got that bling bling on my finger. So today I thought I would sit down and answer all of your questions. So this is going to be an engagement Q&A, and I'm also going to talk about the wedding a little bit. So stay tuned and watch the whole thing. Okay guys, so on Instagram and on my engagement video on YouTube, I asked you guys to send me all your questions about my engagement, maybe some wedding questions, and just everything about a relationship. So you guys did what I asked and you did not disappoint. So I'm gonna head over to Instagram and start answering your questions. So guys, I'm just so excited. I bet you guys can tell just the vibes in my videos, just how excited I am. So yeah, I hope you can, and I hope you're excited for me because I am a fiance. Okay guys, so the first question is the most asked question, and it is, when is the wedding? So I don't know when the wedding is going to be. I'm hoping to have it from a year from now, so like 2022. So I don't know when, but I can tell you that I've been looking at venues, and I think I have picked the venue, and they only have one date available, which means I do kind of have an idea of when the wedding may be, but nothing is finalized yet. We have not put any money down on the venue or anything like that. So with that being said, I have an idea, but I'm not going to tell you guys, so I don't know when the wedding is going to be, sometime in 2022. The next question is, how long have y'all been dating? So we have been dating for about 2.5 years, and some people may say like, oh, that's like kind of a short amount of time to be engaged. However, we have spent so much time together, like it was not a normal dating situation, if that makes sense. We have lived together for the past 2 years, so that means I literally probably spend 95% of my time with him, except like for when he's at work. So we have dated for 2.5 years, we've lived together for 2, and we've just spent like an enormous amount of time together. So yeah, that kind of makes up for maybe the lack of years, I guess some may say. So I don't know, I don't really care what people think when it comes to it. So I know we're ready and we're mature enough, and I'm so pumped up. Where do you see yourselves, or what do you see yourselves doing in 5 years? So we have a lot we want to do. We have talked about kids, and my fiance does not want to have kids anytime soon after we get married or anytime like that. We really want to accomplish some dream of ours and just travel and do some hunting and fishing that we love to do. Basically just see the world a little bit before we start having kids. I would personally like to have kids in 5 years. So that's definitely a possibility, but who knows? It's not gonna be for quite some time before you see little babies popping out. So yeah, that's kind of our plan. And honestly, I would like to get a bigger house before we have kids. So I'm thinking in the next 5 years, you'll probably see just us traveling and going to see places, maybe getting a new house, maybe just, you know, we're continuing to grow our business and just stuff like that. So that's kind of our little game plan. The next question is, where did your fiance engage you at? So I kind of briefly mentioned this in my engagement video, but he engaged me at this place called The Jetties. And this place is very sentimental to me because I grew up at this place. So basically it's like this rocks that like go out to the water, and we used to like fish on them our entire lives. So it goes out like probably like 2 miles out in the water, and like I said, they're rocks so you can fish. But that's where I grew up. My grandpa like fished out there, and then my family did, and I remember like playing with Play-Doh on the rocks like as a kid because I couldn't fish. So it's a very sentimental place. There is actually a rock out there that I named the Kissing Rock. and so a lot of memories have been formed on those rocks. I didn't think he was gonna propose on those. I just had no idea he would even think of that place. But honestly, it was perfect and so special. I'll never forget that. And that place, I forgot. I actually got really emotional about this fact. But this place was actually the last place I went with my previous lungs. That's how much I love this place. My camera battery died, but I was actually getting quite emotional just thinking about that fact. Now I get to say I got engaged at a very special place. So yeah, my lungs went there. I got engaged there. Like, what a special time. So yeah, he did an awesome job. The next question is, how shocked were you? Did he catch you completely off guard? And the answer is yes. I just was not expecting it. I completely didn't know. I had my suspicions because my sister begged me to get my nails done, but other than that, I had no idea of when, where, how, any of that. And of course, you know, we've talked about it before, so it wasn't like, oh my god, I can't believe he actually asked me. It was just more the fact that he asked me like right then and there. It was just like so in the moment and everything. So yeah. The next question is, are you going to take your fiance's last name? And the answer is yes, I am. Sadly, there's not many boys in my family to carry on my last name, which I've never actually said on Instagram or YouTube or anything like that. But I am going to be taking my fiance's last name, and I'm going to be Mrs. Jones. So it's a pretty common last name, but I actually don't mind it. I'm excited. I think it goes well together. And fun fact, the person that I was actually named after was named Ashlyn Jones. So it's pretty funny. I think that's just so weird. So yeah, I'm going to be Ashlyn Jones. And also that kind of goes along with the next question is, are you going to be changing your social media handles? And the answer is yes, I am. I've been Miss Ashlyn 2 since I started YouTube and Instagram and everything, but I just really want like my full name on there. I think it looks more professional and stuff instead of being like Miss Ashlyn 2. So yes, in time I will change my YouTube and my Instagram to Ashlyn Jones. The next question is, do you think you're too young to get married? So absolutely not. I would have not said yes to him if I didn't think I was ready. I think 22 is a good age. I'll be 23 time we get married. But honestly, I don't think there is an age that is too young to get married. I think it all depends on the situation you're in and how mature you are. For example, I'm not in college. I'm not your average 22-year-old, if that makes sense. You know, I kind of grew up fast just with my lung transplant and everything. So with that being said, I just feel like I am ready to tackle life. I like staying at home. I like decorating a house. I am just very different from your normal 22-year-old, if that makes sense. I went to college for a little bit, and I still have a bunch of friends from college, and I see them posting on Snapchat, and they're just like partying and like still doing that type of stuff, and that is totally not me. So do I think I'm too young? No, absolutely not. I think it depends on everybody's maturity level and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm so excited to get married. Like, this was our next step, if that makes sense. And that's what we kind of talked about, is like, what's next? Well, this was our next step, is to get married and just to commit to each other and just plan our life. Like, that is what is so exciting to me now, because I have my forever and I know who it is. And now I just get to plan my life and just be so hopeful and grateful, and yeah. The next question is, did your fiance ask your dad for permission? And does your family like your fiance? So the answer is yes, they like him, they love him, they literally do everything for him like a son. So yes, my family definitely approves of him, and my fiance did ask my dad for permission. I really haven't asked too much details about that. I know when he did it like when we were like hunting with my dad, so that was pretty cool, but I had, again, no idea. Honestly guys, I have so much that I want to talk about. I got lots more questions, like who's gonna be your bridesmaids, like what's your wedding gonna be like. So I'm thinking about doing separate videos. So stay tuned for lots of wedding prep videos. I'm gonna answer more questions. So if you have more questions about the wedding specifically or anything in that area, then drop them down below, because like I said, I really want to tell you guys all the details of my plans and just kind of, you know, show you the process, because I have no idea what I'm doing. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you're not subscribed to me, please do down below so you can watch my life and be a part of it. So yeah guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!